speed. There's two guys here that really came, but Devon Chain gets the Texas A&M running back. He's 5'9", 185, but he has confirmed track. He ran track at Texas A&M, 10 100-meter guy. They expect him to go 4.2s, getting Chris Johnson comps.
Wow.
I don't know if I'm going to go that far, but he is very fast. The other guy that I would say who I gave best agility to is Keaton Mitchell, because his actual GPS times, I don't know if he's going to run the same 40 and has the same track speed as the Chain, but he was routinely over 22 miles per hour in the GPS. He flies. I was in person at the Cincinnati game, and he had a run down the sideline where like 3 guys took bad angles, and I was just like, whoa, where'd that come from? So both those guys, ECU running back, Texas A&M running back, can fly. This class has some burners.
So the last sort of play you described is fascinating, because that to me is when you can see when a guy has ridiculous speed is when they completely break angles during games. And Chris Johnson did that maybe better than anybody I've ever seen, where he would go through a gap, a guy would have an angle on him, and he's just gone. Like, the angle doesn't work.
Yeah.
And the problem is you can't retrain that in your brain during a game. Like, you can't do it over the course of a single game. You can never, you're used to a certain angle of physics, and then all of a sudden physics doesn't work anymore because the guy you're going up against is just running at a different speed to any other human around, and it changes, and you can never rewire your brain fast enough to combat that.
And there's also, I think, Jonathan Taylor, Breece Hall, there's like a few guys who don't, like when they get up to top speed, they don't look like they're running any harder. And I think those guys also break angles even more than maybe guys who do have speed but look like they're like that, are running fast. Whereas Jonathan Taylor will just he'll get up to speed and you don't even realize he's going that fast by you. I think Keaton Mitchell is definitely in that mold of like, oh wow, he just kind of is going.
Right. So those are your speed and agility guys.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Burst. I have Syracuse running back Sean Tucker. Now he's also up there for speed. He reportedly, as a high school recruit, ran the 4.2s. I don't see that amount of speed, but he's probably a 4.3 guy. He's like 5'9", 205, rocked up dude. But when he gets there's a clip of him, I believe it was in the Louisville game, first week of the season, where he catches a screen. And the way he just cuts out of the catch of the screen to get upfield, it's pretty spectacular. So he has some elite caliber NFL burst. I'd put it in the realm of like a Tony Pollard, of the guys who are good at that in the NFL. Now, other aspects of his game leave a lot to be desired, but he's an explosive dude.
Okay. Strength and contact balance, since it's the same
I have the same guy. Now, this class is bereft of the true power backs. The Ramondre Stevensons of the world, the Najee Harrises of the world, the 230-plus dudes. There's not a lot in this class. You got like Chris Rodriguez from Kentucky, got Tavion Thomas from Utah. There's not a lot. This class trends more towards like 205 pounds to about 220. There's a lot of dudes in that range. But I think the one guy who's got size and uses it really well, obviously, is Bijan Robinson. Like, there's a reason he's talked about as this generational special, whatever you want to call him, prospect, running back. It's because he's 6 foot, 220 with elite athleticism and elite power behind him. So he is strong, not necessarily a power back, but his play strength is pretty damn good. And his contact balance, he broke the PFF record for broken tackles of the season this past year. He's the highest, I think, for a guy who's actually started throughout his entire career at the running back position. So I think it was like 500 carries. For anyone who had 500 carries in college, he's had the highest broken tackle rate of anyone. So
we're going to get to him later on in the show, but that's a good starting point for him. So vision and route running are two last ones.
Vision. I'm going to go UCLA's Zach Charbonnet. He was even called by his head coach, Chip Kelly, some of the best vision he's ever seen in running back. And Chip Kelly has coached at the NFL level, has played with some good running backs, or not played with, coached some good running backs. Sean McCoy, notably, calls Zach Charbonnet one of the best visions that he's seen. So Zach Charbonnet, that's like one of his calling cards. UCLA running back, he'll get drafted highly because of it. And then route running, the best pass catching running back in this class is Alabama's Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't think he's going to go in the first round. I've seen him first round mock, but I do think he probably comes off the board RB2. Probably just like a better version last year of James Cook coming out, like very similarly tooled, but I think Gibbs is just all around, has a more complete game.
Right, which makes him vaguely comparable to Dalvin Cook.
Yes,
because James Cook to me was just like Dalvin Cook on 80% across the board. Like he just took down the notch everywhere. It's the same guy. It's amazing how alike they were. But if he's comparable to James Cook, somewhere a little bit better, that's getting into some pretty useful territory.
Yeah.